Hi, everybody. Thank you all, first and foremost, thank you all so much for coming here tonight and allowing me to share the film with you. Just for a couple minutes, I just also wanted to make myself available to you if you have any questions about that film or working as an independent filmmaker here locally. I'm here to answer those questions for you. So. What inspired the film? There are actually a lot of things that did. You know, ever since I was a little kid, I wanted to be a filmmaker, probably since about the age of 4. You know, I'm a voracious film watcher. Around the time when I was about maybe 13, 14 years old, I discovered the genre of German Expressionism, which this film is an homage to. And so basically, in case you're not familiar with that genre, it's you know, supernatural and psychological horror films that came out in the early 1900s in Germany. And typically they're very, very stylized visually, and somehow they express some kind of inner turmoil. So I guess maybe as an angsty teen it really hit some kind of button. I don't know, but really what it basically, really especially drew me to that genre is the complete rejection of reality and really accepting the artifice that is film. It's all completely artificial, and I typically then and even now find stark realism to be a little bit tedious. I really love stylization, so it was almost like a revelation to see this whole movement of film that completely rejected that. They went as far into the stylized realm as you could imagine, but somehow the films that they made dealt with something very real and very human on some kind of subconscious level. So, any other questions?
More. Yes, sir. Okay.
Silent films
Sure.
Around a whole lot. Was it more difficult than other modern or contemporary styles to create?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say it's more difficult. It took some adjusting, you know. If you really look at old silent films, the way that they frame the picture is very different than how we do it now. Everything is pretty much straight, dead on. There really aren't any kind of angles to the right or to the left. You know, it's lit in a very, very stylized way, especially with German Expressionism. You know, we really had to build every single prop in set piece that you saw there because it's all so strange. You know, it took a little bit of an adjustment, but I would say it was actually really, really liberating to not actually have to worry about dialogue. You could talk to your actor on set while they're performing, you know, just things like that. It was a lot of fun, actually. It was actually one of the most fun shoots I've ever been on. So it was actually really, really fun to have that kind of creative opportunity to actually design an entire world from scratch, essentially. So. Sure.
What are you trying to say to your audience with your film, actually?
Okay. Well, you know, typically I don't ever like to tell anybody what they should think about anything that I make. I really usually like them to come up with their own conclusions, but I can tell you, in terms of my intentions, it really has to do with, you know, the dangers of people being put in a situation where they don't have a chance to express themselves, you know, whether it's on an interpersonal level. And so, you know, this kind of is a horror comedy kind of treatment of that. But on a serious level, you know, I think people that have access to somebody that will listen to them, or if people have access to the arts where they can express themselves, I feel like the world would be a much better place if people had more access to those types of resources. So I guess it's a comment on that. So.
Great. Thanks very much, Zach. We appreciate it.